Well, we almost made it. Hola! Let's pause the music. Oh yeah, I did that thing. Hi! Welcome to Cloxon TV. Here we are. I was getting tea, which is why it's slightly later. Slightly later than normal. So I do apologise. Let's take care of a couple of things first. Let us post this tweet or X or whatever we call them these days. Let's shuffle a bit further forward. Oh, and recalibrate this cat. There we go. You'll have to excuse the red background on the cat. I could just change that now. Let's change that now. What is background? There. Oh, right. Why does the cat look shocked? Oh, poor Mr. X. Hello. Usual professional start to the stream. Yeah, welcome in. It is a Monday, so we are Legoing and chilling with our Lego. We are on part 4 of Assembly Square. On the day that the new modular was announced, not only was the new modular announced, but it's not coming out in January. It's coming out in December. Which is either very cool or very bad. Well, it's going to be cool for someone. It's going to be bad for me. I mean, not that I was going to pick it up in January anyway. So yeah, so that's out. What was it? Natural History Museum, 4,014 parts. Actually, let's go and see if we can find it on lego.com. I don't want to pre-order it, but I'm going to click on pre-order anyway and hope it just doesn't just pre-order it for me. So what have we got? 10326, 4,014 pieces, 2,080 Lego Insiders points, 7 minifigs. It stands at 31 centimetres tall, 39 centimetres wide, and 25 centimetres deep, which is some inches. 13, 16, and 10 inches, if them's important. It's rocking up at £259.99 in Great British Pounds. And it will ship from the 1st of December 2023. Those are its vital statistics. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the colour. But I do like that dinosaur on that banner. What's on the other banner? Is that like some kind of robot monkey thing? Oh no, it's planets. I need to get my eyes checked. Yeah, so that's exciting. And news is that there's a dinosaur in it as well. That is pretty cool. And news that it's coming with a food van as its GWP. Yeah, so I look forward to being disappointed not being able to buy that when I want to buy it. Though I do have some VIP points, but it's not £260 worth of VIP points. I'm waffling on as though you can definitely hear me. Let me check. Mary had a little lamb. Oh, you can definitely hear me. That's great. Let's mute the site again. Right, so here we go. Assembly Square, the first modular I bought, and the modular that is only a slightly smaller piece count wise than the new one. Oh, the new one, yeah. So, a Natural History Museum. So it is, yeah. So today we're working on bag 5, which is going to be 2 floors on top of here. I forget what they are, but they're probably awesome. So we don't need this. Although the fact that there's a ballet dancer there, see, a balletist, suggests it might, at least one of them might be a ballet studio. So yeah, we'll have a look. So we're going to move this out of the way because we're going to be building as a sub-assembly. So we don't need the big piece here. So we'll gently. Oops. Oh, nuts. Let's go back to that a minute while I sort this out because it takes a while to get it into the right position. Oh, they've got a new camera that came with my computer. Um, but it's stupidly heavy and it's a bit too heavy. Swan neck arm thing I've got, so it just falls off. Oh, this was perfect. I had to knock it, didn't I? Let me get this thing out of the way first. Okay, just for avoidance of doubt, I will tell you I am here. I am currently, I've knocked my camera, and now I'm trying to get it back into position. Right, I think that's it. Well, you can't see me telly anymore, so that's fine. A bit too much of my belly. I need to sort this out. Alright, so let's go back to this scene. Hello! Sorry about that. Things do occasionally go a little bit pear-shaped. We'll try not to let that happen again. So here we go. Here is bag number 5. Or what would have been bags number 5 at some point. But now it's just one. And there we go. There's our Ballarat. And there should be a dude somewhere. That is not him. I knew I had someone with grey hair somewhere. That is very. That's not even his face. Ah, so we've got a substitute guy to stand in for us. Let's let's fix this camera as well while we're here. Configure the videos. Turn off that and that. Increase that to 5. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It is probably very racist, so I shall stop. I don't know if that's any better. Anyway, yeah, there we go. I got my tea. Bit of a chaotic start to the proceedings. But let's see if we can recover. Right. There. We're halfway through step 1. Ocean. been a day. It's very much been a day. I've more or less finished the work on the video, my next video, so that's going to be out at the end of this week. Um, but also, I'm away this weekend. Probably not something I should be saying live on stream. Yeah, so I've got a long weekend of board gaming. This weekend. So I've had to get everything sorted first. But interestingly, it means that I won't be about when my new video goes live because it will go live on Friday at 6 p.m. All right, that's fine. And I will be doing other things at Friday at 6 p.m. So we'll see. But anyway, so it'll be out by then. So that's something I've managed to get done today. I did some day job, much to my boss's delight. That's not true. My boss isn't in today. He was unfortunately off today. So yeah, so that was exciting. Wife has made blueberry ice cream, which is nice. Went to visit family on Saturday, and that was cool. I spent the entire day building Lego. Weirdly, go and visit my niece, and we just spent the entire day putting Lego together. So you can imagine that was a triumph. Some might say a huge success. And then yesterday, I spent the entire day editing video, apart from the hour when I had a nap, because I'm old now, and afternoon naps are a thing I have to do. Although I suspect it's mostly to do with that I work from home, you know, so I spend. Is that a? That's a light bluish grey one I'm looking for. So I spend a good 90% of my day sat in this chair. And I'm going to be honest, I'm beginning to feel the the strain. It doesn't sound like a strain, but I've taken to going on walks, which is not a bad thing. Walks are a good thing. That's not long enough. I need a longer one. That one. That one looks longer. I think I need a job where I spend less time sat on my bottom. Or at least in an environment where I spend less time sat on my bottom. So what other exciting things? Oh, yeah, less than 2 weeks now. Is it less than 2 weeks? No, it's over 2 weeks. Less than 3 weeks to Shildon. And I'm entirely not ready. Although I have booked my space on the social. So I will be able to eat Parmo, the finest of heart attack inducing northern England delicacies. Actually, I suspect it will do quite well in the US as well. Because it does have quite a lot of cheese on it. And I know Americans do like their cheese. Um, Booked my car in for its MOT, which is exciting. I told them, look, can you check the heating while it's in? Because the heating's not working properly. And then I was driving on Saturday, and wouldn't you know it, the heating worked fine. But then I was driving today and it didn't work fine. So I'm gonna get them to have a look at it anyway. Because the air conditioning bit of it's also broken. I perhaps just need a new car. I'll add it to the list. The interesting thing is, like 12 months ago, if my car had broken down, my car hasn't broken down. My car is, but if my car had broken down and it was like, I'd be like, you know what? That's fine. I don't really go many places by car anyway. But now I very much want to have a car. I don't need a car. No one needs a car. But I very much would like a car. It is very convenient having a car right now. Yeah, so that's exciting. That happens during my week off. Um, be able to just wander up, drop it off, wander home, and then wait for the phone call to tell us, yeah, mate, it's going to cost you a bit. I would like to point out I'm expecting it to cost a bit because I think it's broken, not because I think the garage is going to rip me off in any way. I've used them before, and they seem quite honest. But also, it's fairly impossible to tell. So I just have to trust. Put my trust in the garage man. There doesn't seem a lot in this bag. Considering I need to build 2 floors. There's an awful lot of not next floor. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll get there when we get there. Oh, there's an A4 there due in the beginning of December. So I might actually wait and get it then. Get the new modular then, because it'll be a bunch off. Be what, 15% off? Which is about 50 quid. I'll have to see what happens with this pay rise I asked for. I don't expect it'll be sorted out by then. In fact, I know that the biggest part of it won't be sorted out by then, but there's another part to it. Another benefit that I am due, but wasn't applied, and I'm hoping to hear about that before then. And if I do, and if they apply it with the back pay at the end of November, means Christmas is going to be pretty cool. If they don't, then Christmas is going to be pretty ordinary. Ordinary for a Christmas. Obviously, most Christmases are extraordinary. Did I do the tweet? Oh, I did the tweet. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Yeah, that someone leaked the minifigs. Um, which is fun. Although, if I ever hope to reach the heady heights of recognized Lego fan media dude, um, can't talk about leaks. So we'll not talk about the leaks. But what we can say is it's due out on January the 1st, so it's only 2 months away. 2 months on Wednesday. I'm missing another black tile. Ah, found it. So in other news, tomorrow is Halloween special. Um, I believe it is a requirement of any budding or content creator to do a Halloween special. And I wouldn't want to be the one guy who doesn't do a Halloween special. So we're doing a Halloween special. And I've mentioned it before several times, but we'll be doing some hidden side stuff. Some old hidden side stuff. Some hidden side stuff I probably shouldn't open because I will destroy its value, but also it's hidden side stuff, so it's probably not worth anything. So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow night. Sadly, I haven't had time this week to put together any kind of spooky stuff for the actual stream, so it'll just be like a regular stream, just doing something spooky. Having me going, ooh, every so often. Maybe I can get a white sheet for Mr. X. It'll be a ghost cat for the evening. What do we got here then? So we got this here. There. Oh, I know what I've done this week. Website's back up. Well, website's changed. It never really went down, and I haven't updated it in any way, in terms of like the content. But it's back up. It's blue now instead of like retina searing orange. It still has orange highlights, but it's mostly blue. There's a Lego section, which is a fledgling Lego section. I just put it on so because I needed some content. So I started adding a Lego section to it a while ago. I really wanted to get it up and running, and so it was either take out the Lego section completely or just put some content in. So I put the last 3 things I built in there were pictures of, more or less. It may not be exactly the last 3 things I built. What is there? Okay, the last 3 things I built and took pictures of. It's probably a better way of putting it. So there's the unicorn from the week before last. There was the groomer from last week, and there was the Emperor's throne room off of the Star Wars. Again, they're just basic pictures. Like I said, I just needed to put some content on there. But the biggest thing I was trying to get up was this. So I noticed some people have link trees. So let's see if this works. Oh, I've got to spell it right first. So if you go here, either the whole thing will break down horribly, or you'll be able to see my socials. And yes, you can. So there's Twitch or X. No, there's Twitch. X is Twitter. So there's X. There's 3 YouTube channels. My X account and my Blue Sky account, if anyone's on Blue Sky. I don't post anything on Blue Sky at the moment. I need to work out. I just need to. I should put everything on there. Everything that goes on X should also go on there, I think. To my 3 followers. But yeah, so my plan going forward is to do more on there, more on Instagram, and more on Twitter in general. I mean, it'd be cool to do Mastodon, but Also, eh, I just haven't really. Ooh, excuse me. Haven't really connected with Mastodon. Although technically, well, Blue Sky is very similar in sort of idea to Mastodon, if not execution. There we go. We've got some stairs. But yeah, I needed to get that up and running because I want to start on the next bit, which is my idea for the event photographs thing I was going to do for Sheldon. Where I take a bunch of pictures of people's exhibits and upload them with their details so that you can go and find them and then you can go and get in touch with whoever, assuming they want to. Obviously, I will be doing it with their permission. Well, I don't think I technically need to. Because it is a public space after all. But I will be, because, I'm not a I'm not a bottom hole. Um so yeah, so hopefully I'll be adding that over. Well, I've got the week off. I've got the week before Sheldon off work. And I've got nothing planned for it. Well, I'll go and visit my dad. My dad needs a good visiting. I haven't visited him in a while. Um, yeah, so I'll go and visit, but that's a day out of the week. So I need other things to do. And the other things I was going to do was put together this idea of mine. Yeah, so that's why the website had a bit of a change. Also, for the technically minded, and again, I appreciate that a lot of people coming here to watch me build Lego are not particularly bothered about the ins and outs of the technical side of my website, but it's built using a a React framework called Next.js, which recently had an update to version 14. Oh, I've missed a step. And so the previous orange version was just written in ordinary React. Where's the other clippy clip? Yeah, so the previous version was just written in ordinary React, which is a single page application, which was a single page application. It's all done client side. The new one is done using server side rendering, which makes it faster and makes it more SEO friendly. And also is closely related to what I do in my day job, so practice, I guess. At least hang this one up at least. This guitar. And if we can find the other clip, then we'll be able to hang the other guitar. I was watching Lexi Triple H the other night, who also streams, and he was playing Guitar Hero? No. Rock Band? Rocksmith. Rocksmith, I think. And the one you play with a real guitar. Yes, yes. I think it's the one you play with a real guitar. And it reminded me that I've also got Rocksmith. So I thought I might get that out, but not quite yet. I've got knocked over the till. Oh, this is a music shop. Of course, it's a music shop. Why else would it have guitars on the thing? But yeah, that's as far as that was going. Apart from the fact that you should go and check out Lexi Triple H. He does. What does he do? He does Sea of Thieves, Rocksmith Band. He's a swearing enthusiast. I figure these are drums. I'd also really like to learn to play the drums, but I should probably um, learn to play one of the two instruments I already own first. Jam. Alright, so I'm just putting together these stacks that'll allow us to put nice decorative pieces on the side. Well, I say decorative, it'll be one of these maybe, or maybe something like that with some bits on it. We'll find out at some point. Wednesday we'll be back to Final Fantasy XIV for just the one stream this week. We made it to the moon last week, so we are on the moon. We got to the moon and we had a bit of a spat with one of the inhabitants of the moon. We won, of course, because no one takes on the Cloxon and lives to tell the tale. Actually, that's not true. Okay, so this one's just got the hat bit, not the bottom bit. And then we've got a saxophone. So yeah, we'll be mooching around the moon. We'll meet the Loporrits. Probably. I can't imagine playing it for 3 hours and we're not going to meet the Loporrits. It's going to be interesting. Because, as always, it's quite interesting seeing which bits you do that are actually. It's obviously the first time I played through that. On my main character. This is a window. And we're building 3 of these. Where do they go? There, and there. Okay. So yeah, the first time I played through on my main character. So they go on like that, I think. Yeah. I did all the side quests as well. And then it's like, oh, how much of what I've done is side quests, and how much of what I've done is like main scenario. And the fact that we've so far put 18 hours in, ish. And got, I'd like to say, halfway through the story. Although even that's difficult to say. Area wise, we've got the moon that we're on now. Um, 2 more new areas to go. And then we have to revisit Linthos and Radzathan because they're both areas that were like half locked off to us before. So I'd say maybe it's like we're a third of the way through. Square Enix do like their epic stories. I've been trying to think of a challenge game to do as well. 14, I'm going to play through the story. And I might do some of the side content. But there's a bunch of content I want to get finished on my main character because my main character hasn't finished all the patches. So I'm in a position where there's a good chance I end up doing some stuff on my stream character that I haven't done on my main character, which will be novel. But then the idea would be that I'd move away from doing the stream character to put some time into my main character so that it's also caught up and ready to go when Dawntrail comes out. Anyway, I've already got plans. It's fine. Now I think about it. It's 14 and then possibly 15 and 16. And then 7 Remake in time for 7 Rebirth is the plan. But 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth are very much the priority there. How many of these go on? 5. Yeah. I think Remake took me about 40 hours. And so if I want to repeat that feat, and why wouldn't I? And I'm streaming 6 hours a week of games. Then there you go, maths. 36, 42 would be 7 weeks. So I think I'd have to start. I'd have to start my remake replay early January. In order to be done in time for when Rebirth comes out. I've also got, oops, darn it, Retrograde to finish as well. Oh, hi, Space. RC? Spaceport? RC. I think it's RC. Yeah, hi, how are you doing? I'm very good, thank you. Just sort of, I've lost a piece. I'm using my prehensile feet to try and find it. What have you been up to? What's that? That's a bottle lid. What's that there? Fluff. Um, I probably just need to. Let's have a look. Ah, there it is. Excuse the cat having a bit of a fit. It's just copying what I'm doing. Yeah, so how have you been? I've not been able to pop into your stream in a while. I've been quite busy these last week or two. With with a bunch of editing I've needed to do, trying to get out of the way, and some work stuff. Work stuff. What have you been building? I'm going to guess it's Star Wars stuff. There's not another floor in here. There's definitely not another floor. Where's the other floor gone? And the more important question, are you excited for Natural History Museum? Oh, the end one, the bigger one, or the I presume the bigger one. I presume it wasn't the microfighter. Or maybe it was. I mean, it's microfighter's quite a cool one. a bunch of Star Wars like Lego in April for May the 4th. Goes there. And the N1 Microfighter was the only thing that didn't turn up, which surprised me. It's like, and then it just turned up out of the blue, like a couple of months ago, and I was like, it showed up, and I was like, oh, what's this? And the wife's giving me the look. That definitely looks like a Lego package. What have you been ordering now? And I was like, I genuinely don't know, Mrs. Wife. Oh, the big one. Yeah, the big DeLorean. Oh, I love Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Anyway, yeah. So I'm like, I've got no idea. I've genuinely no idea. And then I opened it up, and it was this N1 Starfighter. I'm like, oh yeah, that's only what 6 months late. Well, 4 months late. But yeah, Back to the Future. Absolutely brilliant films. I remember when I was a kid, because they were out while I was at primary school, which I suppose elementary school for for those in the US. And we were poor as a kid. And I know some people would be like, oh, yeah, we didn't have two pennies to rub together when I was a kid, but I had three different games consoles and satellite TV and a VCR. But we were genuinely poor as a kid. I had black and white TV until I was like 12. Um, I've just done that, so that's the right thing to do. Turns out it was. Um, so going to the pictures to see something like Back to the Future, it's just never going to happen. Never going to happen. And so I had to live vicariously through Serial. Because it's something the cereal, I don't know. I don't buy kid aimed cereal anymore. Well, I buy Rice Krispies, so it's not entirely true. But like back when I was young, tie-ins with cereal were the thing. No, you bought some cereal and it was tied into some film or other. And so a lot of what I learnt about the first Back to the Future film, I learnt on these like weird little training cards slash sticker things that you got in with cereals at the time. And so they kind of saved my bacon because it meant I could engage in conversation with my friends about Back to the Future because they'd seen it and I hadn't. But I could talk with confidence about the scene in the town square because I'd got it on stickers out of packs of Shook Puffs. Because I got to see it later and I was like, wow, this film is so good. I think I can't remember what the configurations are. So there's the original configuration, the Mr. Fusion configuration, and the Old West configuration. If I remember correctly. I think I'd go OG personally. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying to influence you, RC. I really am not, but I think I'd go OG. When I was younger, I really loved the Western one. I wasn't so keen on the second film. But as I've grown up, I've come to appreciate the second film more. and the third film is it's gone down a little bit in my opinion, but for no other reason than I've grown up. But yeah, I think I'd go. I think I'd go old, OG, and just build the or the super irresponsible me would just buy all three and build one of each. But I'm not doing that kind of thing anymore. So I have a mortgage to pay. But yeah, I'll definitely try and get on and see that because I've been wanting to see someone build it live, and you can see them on YouTube. It's not the same. So I'll try and get on for that. Although it might not be November the 5th because I'm out that day. Now I think about it. What's this go on here? Let's put the rest of it on first. And then we'll take inspiration from that. Oh, is that too far forward? That might be too far forward. I think it is. I think it has to be there like that. Yeah, I'll be on my way back from the south on Sunday. So I'm probably not getting back till fairly late. That's fairly late UK time, so that's probably like oh no, it'll be early, probably early evening for you guys in that the United States. I'd forgotten about all of these bits. Oh well. Yeah. So I expect I'll get home. Yeah, I expect to be home about midnight-ish. Um, so that'll be what 7 p.m. your time. So yeah, I might be able. Well, no, I'll probably go to bed at midnight. I'll be honest. I'll probably just crash. Yeah, that's on my list. I don't think it's retiring soon, or unless it's retired already. I remember wanting it, and I'm fairly sure it's on my wish list. But I've not been all antsy about getting it. So I'm presuming it's not retiring yet. Unless, again, it already has retired and I've just missed it. But it's a shame it's not a Halloween film because, I'd have got it for I'd have got it for tomorrow if it was a Halloween film. That's a 3, 2, 6. Bits go on here. Oh, that's okay then. Might have been able to save up my pennies by then. Well, I say that. I mean, obviously, another 30,000 sets will have come out that I want by then. So there we go. There's the first floor of Assembly Square done. A music shop run by this guy who isn't the guy who's supposed to be in there. I don't know what's happened to the guy who's supposed to be in there. And this young lady who actually, I think she goes a floor up, but I don't know where that floor is. I'm going to be honest. Let me make an adjustment to my chair and then see if this bag contains anything that looks like the next floor. I don't see anything. I think the next floor is the same colour. It is. So where's the next floor? Yes, I've built this 2 or 3 times before. Um, but I've run out of biggish sets to build on stream. So I was like, what can I do? I was like, I just build some old ones. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna be here, and you'll probably hear me fanning around. But I'm just gonna put the Be Right Back screen so you don't accidentally see me with my butt in the air or something while I find this other bag. I don't think it's far. So yeah, put the Be Right Back screen on. Yeah. Um, Yeah, so this was built. So this was the first module I got. There we go. Yeah, so this was the first module I got back in the day. I got it 3 years ago. Must be 3 years ago. I got it. I bought it with the money I got from my company for being their minion for 10 years. So they gave me a 10-year bonus, which is about the price of this modular. And this being a 10-year anniversary module, it kind of worked out quite poetic, but I wasn't actually trying to. So I'll put it to one side. We'll put it on the top later. But yeah, so I bought this. Yeah, I've had it so long. I built it like it's either the third or fourth that I've built this. But I've never like built it on stream. I don't think I've tweeted a picture of it or anything. So I was like, oh, you know what? So I thought I'll build it this time, and then once I've built it this time, I'll break it down for parts. And it can go with the rest of my Lego in various bags and boxes. Um, Mostly underfoot. So yeah, I've got a bunch of sets that I've never built on streams. I've got a bunch of sets that are available for building, um, including a bunch of modulars as well. And then when I've got new sets to build, I'll build the new sets. But I could just pretend I'm Mr. Retro Lego or something. That could be my thing. Oh, he builds old sets because he's poor. I'm not poor. I'm just not rich, but I'm not poor. Um, but yeah, so I'm building this now. This will be finished next week. Um, and then I don't know. I might build a couple of alternative 3-in-1 builds. Because I've got stuff like the Pirate Coaster and the Space Coaster that have only ever built their main build. So I might build I might break them down and build their second builds after that. Maybe spend the rest of the year building 3-in-1 second builds. I don't know. Um, but there's been a bunch where I've had to scavenge parts out of them. So it's like the 3-in-1 medieval castle, which I was like, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy building that again on the stream. I can't because I've stolen half of its parts for something else. Um, Same with the pirate ship. Pinched off of its parts for something else as well. Unless, of course, Birthday Santa. It's Birthday Santa, I think. Birthday Santa brings me anything nice at the end of November, middle of November. Or I win something ridiculously huge in the raffle at Shildon. So, well, it's just going to be old sets. I say old, they're not that old. I think the oldest sets I've got I'm building tomorrow, which are the two hidden side ones that I managed to get from a show. Um, in April, and been saving as my backup. They're my backup plan for Halloween. So my original plan was to do Hocus Pocus, but I don't not own that damn set. Um, yeah, I mean Black Friday deals would be nice, but Black Friday, it's never really been a thing in the UK. I mean, it's starting to become a thing now. Um, of course, we don't do it quite the way the US does it. Um, um, but yeah, so it's, but it always comes at the wrong time of the year for me. It's like my MOT is due this month. Again, for if you don't know what that is, it's like it's the annual check to make sure my car is not going to kill anyone. Um, Yeah, something we have to do in the UK. Presumably, other places of the world do it as well, but in the UK, yeah. So once a year, you have to take your car in, and they run some tests, and then they give you a bill, and then they say, "Yeah, this bit's broken, and it's going to cost you a fortune to fix." And then you cry a little bit. And then there's Christmas, of course. So yeah, Black Friday comes at precisely the wrong kind of time of year for me. And you think, oh well, yeah, that's the perfect time to save money. But I've only ever seen something I wanted in a Black Friday or Prime Day, and that is the camera that is currently tracking my face for this cat. So I got a C1, C was it Logitech C922 webcam once in one of like those like Prime Day slash Black Friday deal type things. That's all I've ever got. But yeah, so that's my it's my what month are we? October, November. That's my November. So messy. And yeah, then of course I've got Sheldon and I've got this board game convention as well. That's like at the beginning of the month, which is mostly paid for, but you know, still have to buy food and beer. What am I looking for? One by one, white tiles. So yeah, yes. So as I said earlier, I was at my brother's at the weekend, and I was building some Lego, and I built my first ever Friends set, um, which was one of the Disney. It was Disney Frozen set. Yeah. Oh, first ever Friends set. It seemed alright. Just Lego in it. Then I got halfway through another Frozen set, and then then I had to go home because I don't live there. And they were like, "Mark, you've got to go home." And I'm like, "But I'm halfway through this," and they're like, "No, you've got to go home." And I'm like, "But I don't wanna," and they're like, "You've got to go home." And I would have said they threatened to call me a man, but they didn't. Um, so yeah, wouldn't have been so bad, but they were like, "Take this jigsaw." I'm like, "I don't want a jigsaw." I still haven't built the last one's lowered yet. I've had an idea. I don't know how good an idea it is. Maybe it's folks in chat would like to weigh in on how good this idea. Well, I've got Himeji Castle, but it's not Lego Himeji Castle. It is Nanoblocks Himeji Castle that was purchased for me by my in-laws a few years ago. Um, and I really would like to build it on stream. Yeah, I would have, but they'd have hunted me down. Well, my niece would have. She'd have woken up and been like, "Oh, where's all my friends at?" And I'd have had a very, very angry 9-year-old on my doorstep the next day, covered in mud from like running 100 miles to get her Lego back. Um, but yeah, so I kind of really want to build it on the stream, but and it is technically brick building. So I might do that. I might when I finish this, I might build a couple of like alternate builds, like I said, of the three in ones, and then I might pull out that Himo because I've been meaning to build it again because it's like it's a nice display piece. I've not heard of Mold King. Are they like? Are they just are they just a compatible set, or do they, or do they, are they heavily inspired by Lego sets, right down to the graphics? Let's have a look. Fine shop. Best quality and price. Well, that suspiciously looks like a boutique hotel. Okay, so they're not an out and out rip off then. They're an alternative mold shop. But now I've got Mr. Mold stuck in my head because, like, you had Mr. Plow and Plow King on The Simpsons. I'm wondering if there's a Mr. Mold and a Mold King. If not, there soon will be. I've been continuing on with my Simpsons rewatch. I'm very, very much into the episodes I haven't seen before, and now getting odd. I mean, they've moved past some of the weirdness that was like in like, the series like 15, 16, 17, but they're still not like classic Simpsons. Well, it does feel like in the recent series I've been watching that Lisa's developed more of a personality beyond just like vegetarian iconoclast kind of Lisa Simpson, which is nice. Hello, Scotty Rotten 68. How are you? And welcome in. So I'm. Who's the character in your twerky emoji thing? Emoji. Did I say that right? Is that what the kids say these days? No, no. Your sister's name is Lisa Simpson. Wow. Has she also been 8 years old for the last 30 years? Well, that's a relief because I can't imagine that would be a good life. Anyway, yeah, welcome. What have you been up to today, Mister Watton, Scotty? I imagine something Lego related. Or maybe not, I don't know. Or probably just work. It's been one of them work days. Oh, I remember this bit has a mirror, and I don't know where the mirror is because I put it somewhere safe. And it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, you put it in a safe place. You know, it's like, yeah, and it's like, well, I have no idea, but it's safe. That mirror is not getting damaged. I hope. Don't know where it is, but yeah, yeah. Well, it's Monday, isn't it? It's exciting day of the week. There it is. Found it. I'm hoping at some point to make Lego my day job, but seems unlikely at this point. Yeah, I was the document for my car, the ownership document for the car. I was like, it took me ages to find that. I'm like, I'm sure I put it in a safe place. No, it's just in a drawer somewhere. Right, what's on there? Okay, just gets to be. I think it might be in the minifig drawer, wrapped in some paper, but I'll just have to try and remember it for next time. I told someone about my minifig drawer at a Lego convention, a Lego show once, and I got such a look. It was just it was like a what? You don't wrap your minifigs in cotton wool to keep them safe. Is not what she said. It's kind of the impression I got from the look, was that was what I should be doing. I'm like, no, I just hoy them all in a drawer. Um, Not even in their original configuration because I like swap the heads and the bodies and stuff around all the time to just do random like stop motion rubbish with them. What am I looking for? A one by one tile. Or if I wanna make a little scene, then yeah, just yeah. So like, I hope I never sell a set because it's gonna be a nightmare trying to put the minifigs back together. Yeah, Butterfingers. We managed to have dinner before the stream started, which is a shame because I could really go with some surprise ice cream by night out, or you know, a plate of cinnamonized apple. I have to change my mind again. Sorry. So next Monday we'll finish this off. The Monday after might be prep for the brick show. Although I'm not sure how well that would look on stream, given that all the bricks I need for it are in a completely different room. And so that might just end up with me just up and down stairs for 2 hours, which I can't imagine is going to be riveting viewing. But if I can grab enough bits and pieces to bring down, then I'll probably try and do some children prep week after that. Because that's also my birthday week, weirdly. I get to spend the evening of my birthday setting up tables and brick pits and helping people carry their exhibits. I'm not going to lie, it sounds great. Sounds a perfect way to spend my birthday evening, apart from obviously the obvious booze. The other happy coincidence, my local supermarket have started their seasonal selling Baileys off dirt cheap thing, so I might have to go and buy a couple of bottles of that. Because if there's one thing better than cream, it's cream laden with booze. Conscious I'm now coming across as an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I very rarely drink. But I do have my favourites. And Bailey's is one of them. It was there, hiding in plain sight. Could be another one somewhere. Another smooth 2x1. There, it's hiding under a tile. I've also been trying to persuade because we've got a local a guy who's a member of our lug, and he buys and sells Lego. Um, and his thing is that you buy the sets off him built. And I've been trying to persuade him to let me build some of those. But for the stream, you know, so I've got more content. But he's not reluctant. He's very behind the idea because you know that's his biggest time sink is building the sets. but he sort of can't. He's like, oh, I can't guarantee that they're all together. They're all there. Yeah, there should be a mirror here, but I'm not going to get it. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure how it would work logistically because I'd need to replace it, or if there was parts missing, I'd need to replace it with parts that I've got. If I have those parts, and I don't really want to take the risk of like getting halfway through a build and having to stop because something critical is just not something I have. So that's a shame. Done that wrong. See, this is what I get for trying to be clever. That goes on there. Then these. Oops. And then these. You got some notes. At that time of the night where my tea's gone cold. But, I soldier on. The things I do for my people, for my community, drinking cold tea. Oh, yeah, I don't mind cold tea. I prefer coffee. I like coffee, but it's a bit late in the day for coffee. Ooh, this is a piano. I mean, I say that I've built this 3 times before, and every time I'm like, oh, this is a piano. It's a cool idea. Um, but I always find tea goes cold better than coffee. I could just stick to water. That's quite nice cold. But also a little bit boring. Who needs to hydrate? For all the years I've been trying to learn to play the piano, and I'm still rubbish at it. And it's not even just the slightly rubbish that, I'll practice for a few weeks and then I'll stop. And then I'll leave it for so long that when I come back I'll need to start again at scratch. And then I'll practice for a few weeks and then decide I'm not really getting anywhere and then I'll stop. And then that cycle just carries on like 2 or 3 times a year. Few weeks practice, nothing, come back, start again, more few weeks practice. I am the world's faddiest hobbyist. I mean, the fact that I've managed to carry Lego on for multiple years is is incredibly amazing, and my wife keeps expecting me to stop buying it. Or, well, I don't know if she keeps expecting me to stop buying it or just keeps like wanting me to stop buying it. But she's always surprised when I come home with Lego or angry. I'm never sure which. Well, I think what surprises me more often is when I get something out of my cupboard. Oh, I'm not going to say shame because there's no shame in that cupboard. My cupboard. Opportunity. And she'll be like, oh, is that new? I'm like, well, kinda. It was new 6 months ago when I bought it and snuck it into the house and hid it in the cupboard. Wait, where does this go? No, next to the stairs. Seems sensible. Goes there. Um, there. Goes there, I think. Yes. Yes, there we go. We have a piano in our ballet room. Oh, now we have a ballerina in our. Oh, we've got to take her out of the music shop. She was there happily chatting to Mr. Jones, the music stuff seller, and now she's got to come and do some ballet. There you go. Oh, just stand. Oh, oops. She's not very good at ballet. There, there. She's finally understood how to stand on one leg. An important ballet move, I'm led to believe. Isn't that what Swan? No, no, that's Flamingo. Is Flamingo Lake a popular ballet? And there's another one. Ah, there it is. Just hiding from me. Ooh, we got one of those doors, those corner doors. Oh, it probably needs a door handle or a knob, as some folks call it. Not me. I wouldn't say knob on my stream. That's just rude. Oh, so childish. Might as well just start saying moist. So what have folks got planned, like Lego wise, between now and Christmas? I know RC has the DeLorean to build, which very exciting. And if he puts it to a vote, like I said, I'm voting OG. I think the OG DeLorean would be the coolest one. If he's not putting to a vote, then I'm just gonna put my 2 pence in anyway. But anyone got any exciting things coming up? Anyone going to getting the new modular day one and doing a marathon stream or marathon build? I suppose you don't need to stream it. First time I built this, I built it in one go. A little over 8 hours it took. No, a little over 10 hours it took. And I hurt afterwards. And you think, oh, I see you learned your lesson. And no, I didn't. Although I don't do it so much anymore. I like to build things over time now. Take my time with them. Build them over a few sessions. There, a door and some architecturally bits. Back to Windows. Only 3 of them though. Windows 3. Which I presume existed as an operating system. I know the most famous one is like Windows 3.1 or 3.11. So presumably there must have been a 3.0 release. What am I looking? I'm zoned out there. 2x1 tile. Shui tile. Which has got to be here somewhere. I mean, all of these are jumper plates. And they're just looking like upside down tiles, which is confusing. There it is, hiding right in the middle there. And then some more windows. Do we need it? No. No, I don't need any more windows out of there for now. We do need these side panels. Should be 2 more. Maybe, possibly. Oh, they're over there. I do like how these arched windows fit perfectly inside the arched bricks. The attention to detail in their system design, I think, is is second to none. Yeah, they fell off. Two more side panels. It's a problem with white Lego. You go snow blind. Well, I do. I just can't speak for everyone. I mean, I imagine people with younger eyes have no problem with white Lego. And then we want all of these jumper plates on top, like so. Getting on. Right. Well, I don't think we're going to need emergency spare build tonight, like we did last week, because I don't think we're going to get this finished in the 12 minutes we have left till the technical end of the stream. I mean, the end of the stream is when we finish building this, but I like to stream for a minimum of 2 hours. Because I'm old fashioned that way. Right, okay, so there, and then more of these pillars. I suppose technically it's just the brickwork that happens to be between the windows. They're not pillars or anything, but 4, 5, and then a dark tan. What's the name? And then we slip it in there, and it fits like a glove. I like these bricks with the grooves on, but I don't really get them. I mean, you've got the Palisade ones that look like brick, that look like logs. You can put them together and they look a bit loggy. And you've got the masonry ones, which obviously are designed to look like bricks. Well, smaller bricks than the Lego bricks that they're like carved into, at least. But I never quite get my head around where I put these. It wouldn't jump immediately into my head if I was putting together a building. It wouldn't be like, some of those would be good here. But that's also possibly the reason I don't work as a Lego designer. I suppose it's just decorative. Should be one more of these. There it is. The last one. And then we want one more 2x1 with a weird slidey bar thing at the side. And then there we go. There is the fifth pillar. We got two more sort of pillory things here to hold stuff on. And then another two 1x1s. And then another ooh. It's exactly a year tomorrow that I built Ecto 1. And Ecto 1 has been in my garage? No, on my Lego shelf. Will have been on my Lego shelf for a 1 year tomorrow. I think it's the longest time I've ever had a set on my Lego shelf. If it's time to start looking at potential replacements. I mean, it's not strictly speaking necessary. I mean, it's perfectly fine there. But I just wonder what else I might put there. I also have BD1 in there as well. And I mean, he's only been together since May. I have no real desire to remove him. I don't know. Perhaps I'm just too sentimental. I think if I replaced Ecto 1, I'd want to replace him with another vehicle. So that kind of means either at this stage the DeLorean or Luke's speeder off of that film show thing that he was in. Oh, it was very niche. Don't think many people saw it. Star Wars. No. Or could look through this catalogue that they just randomly sent me. Just like in the post. Just, no one can see it. I was just like, here, have a catalogue of Christmas stuff. I'm like, yay? Why are you sending me paper? I have a computer. I could look at this online. Ooh, this one. This Chewbacca. See him on paper, don't think much to him. Saw him at the Lego shop. Oh, actually, he looks really good. Like all built. And also, he's a ton of dark brown pieces on him, so you know. My lug made Dobby the house elf, but adulted him up a little bit. But we're not that massively bothered about Harry Potter. Jurassic World stuff is nice. It's a little bit too playset for me. No interest in Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, the Donkey Kong stuff, maybe. I've got to admit, this castle looks quite cool, but I quite like the Minecraft stuff. Cars, 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 cars. The Magic Castle. I might get that in the new year. Definitely want to get that in the new year to go next to my other one. I want the Viking Village. Flowers. I kind of want the Land Rover, but I've already got the bigger one. So it's like, why would I? And I think this is brick built though, so as opposed to Technic built. Make sure there's nothing with my address on. Ah, so somewhere to write the wish list there. Probably have to write it in joined up. Some dupe. I don't know why I'm going through this. I like some of the friends, so I really like the colours on this. But again, they're most, and I really want some of the parts on this, but they're mostly playsets. So yeah, anyway, go over there. So yeah, they just randomly sent me one of them, and I forgot my point. I'm sure there was one. Oh yeah, I was going to look through there see if I could find something to replace Ecto One shelf. Something cool and vehicle. Yeah. I needed to cast Hydrate on myself. Oh, I can jump. Like, there it is. Found it. And then we've got a 4x1 there, 2x1. Oh, I'm told. I don't have this firsthand, but I'm told that in the UK at least, they're stopping the reuse of pick-a-brick cups while they bring in the boxes, which is a shame. Got a few of them. Admittedly, they are being reused, but as various plant pots at the moment. If there's some point at which something needs some water to stand in some water, then pick-a-brick cup gets used. I have to remind the missus to be a little bit careful of the label because, you know, the label's money. It's a cumulative investment, that label. But if they're not doing that anymore, then it doesn't really matter. So that'll be a shame. I mean, I'd still take them and reuse them. If I'm allowed to. I mean, they're not going to say, no, you can't reuse them. But if the shop's moved on to the cardboard ones, then they might be like, no, you can't use the plastic ones. Here, that's so last year. Get with the times, sir. Be down with the kids and their cardboard boxes. Like, I presume the rest is roof. Well, I know the rest is roof, but you know, I'd forgotten the roof was in here as well. I'm going to switch arms because you know it's getting a bit tired that on. That's that. Oh, and the things on the white things on the outside. So there, and another final one over there, hiding in the corner on this side. And there we go. We've got our second floor dance studio to go with our first floor music shop. Thing is, pianos don't do very well in the rain, so I presume we've got to build a roof now to keep the piano dry. I mean, you can dance in the rain. No one needs to keep the dancer dry. But the piano needs to keep stay dry. Sort of a long light grey and a dark grey to go on there. Too a little bit too in your face. Shift it over there. This desk is not ideal for this kind of thing. Yet, anyway, I'm working on it. Seen some of them lights. Um, I don't know if anyone's got them, or but they're made up of like segments, so you get like you can get squares, triangles, and hexagons, and you combine them together to create a sort of a panel of LED lighting. So I was looking at something like that. Thought that would be cool to have behind my monitor on the wall. Light up my face. But if ever I'm going to put my actual face on the actual camera, then having it well lit. Actually, now that I say it, having it well lit sounds like a mistake. But maybe I won't bother. Maybe we'll stick with the cat. But they do look cool. But they're like 20 quid each, like per panel. Which means getting a goodly number of them, certainly getting enough to make a nice arrangement. It's going to be spent. It's going to make the old wallet sad. But there's no price on Joy, so I might just get some. And then there's a 3x1 there. And then we need to dip into the old window bag. So these go here. Is that right? It looks okay. And then a 4x1 down here. No, I always thought this was a cool technique. It was one of the first times I'd seen this technique is of using these like lantern pieces to basically turn this window piece round so that it can be laid horizontally. Um, yeah, but it was I was like I say, this was one of my first big builds, so I was very impressed by it. It's like wow, I'm more jaded now. I've seen it all. I haven't seen it all, but I'm a little bit more jaded now. It's like oh, they did it that way, did they? But I am endlessly fascinated by the number of ways they found to make toilets. Maybe fascinated isn't the right word, but mildly interested. I shouldn't be putting these bits on first, because it just makes the rest of the roof harder. But I've started now, and it would be embarrassing to go back and restart live on stream. There'd be folks thinking, this guy, what is he? Some kind of amateur? Some kind of joker? A tourist here to have a go? We should be okay. That's the wrong one. We need the upside down ones. Ah, so many. We're close. We're close to having them all done. Well, we're close to having them all done and then turning the page and finding there's 4 million others to do. The virtual page, obviously. So that's them done. Alright, load of these grey ones now. There. Make the roof sit together nicely by the looks of it. I think there's another. No. Okay, so. No, we don't need a long one. We only need these 6s and 4s. Just the one. We need a 6 there and then. No, I'm lying. I'm telling you wrong. I don't think it massively matters, but we'll do it as per the. Oh, what have I dropped? Just pat around with my foot until I come across something. Or get to a piece I've not done. Is that all there? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so we've got one of them, and is that the bit I dropped? Oh no, because it's one of them. Oh, I see. So that goes on there. So that holds that on. Clever. Clever clogs. These on here and here. No, that's wrong. That is wrong. This is where I just realised what the missing bit is now. Oh, no, it's not. It's there. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm making a little thingy for this front corner. Goes in there. There. And then these just go on. Oh, no, that'll be a 6. That'll be a that, and then that'll be a 4. And then we got a 4. And a big one. And then that goes on there. Haven't I done? Because this is an awful lot of spare parts. Given that there shouldn't be any spare parts. Okay, so turns out that should be on there. That's one of them. Must be something decorative somewhere. Oh, look, it's the stool thing. There, this is where I find out what I dropped on the floor. Was one of these, because I can only find 3. It's piano stool. Let me just back up a little. See if I can find this one. Ow. I don't know why I said ow, because I hit my headphones, not my head. Right, well, I can't see it immediately, so we'll just go with a 3-legged stool. As was all the rage at the time. But we'll move that back there so you can't see it behind. And this goes here, which you'll be able to see better if I'd put it on when I should have put it on. There you go. Alright, so this roof goes on here. Like that. Then we've got our music shop. Like that. And then you put this. That feels less stable than I thought it would should. And this is a little bit of problem with it, that one's quite so big. You know, your regular 32 by 32, one base plate is easy to handle. This, a pain in the bottom. All right, so this goes on here over the cafe, bar, cafe, whichever. There we go. And completes bit at least of assembly square. There we go. Cafe, music studio, dance studio at the top, and obviously this side. The next bag is the, I think it's just an apartment, like a flat or something, and then obviously the roof on top. Oh, you can't really see it as well. Stupid thing, I've got to hide my monitor. There we go. Yeah, cool. Right, well, that's brought us nicely to the box. So we've built out. So let's see if there's anyone about who wants a raid. Shipwreck Bricks, he's on. Raided him last week. I'm going to raid him again this week. That's absolutely fine. So I think we'll do that. Let's just go to each channel page, make sure he's not like finishing or anything. Ooh, he's wearing a Pikachu hat. We're building some kind of boat thing. Lego Titanic bow section. Yeah. Well, it looks fun. All right, we'll raid out to Mr. Shipwreck Bricks. Thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure having all of you here. We've made good progress tonight. We've only got one more build left on this before we can move on to something else. Well, before we will move on to something else, not can. It's not like we've hated building it. Tomorrow we'll be doing some Halloween themed one, so we'll be with everyone else streaming the Halloween things. That'll be fun. So we'll be doing the hidden side stuff. That will be at the usual time of 7:30, assuming I have my dinner in time. So yeah, that'll be happening tomorrow. Wednesday will be the usual Final Fantasy XIV stream, where we try and get a little bit further on the moon. So that'll be exciting and fun. And then Lego-wise, we'll be back next Monday with the final part of Assembly Square. So yeah, if you get a chance, there are some socials you can follow there. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. It was it's my own work, so yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, thanks very much. So I'm going to raid out to Shipwreck Bricks, and we will see you again hopefully tomorrow. And that's not how you do that. So it's start to go. Let's not. Fix. This channel is intended for mature audiences. It's not perfect, but you know, we will live with that. That's fine. We can't all be family friendly. Right. Okay. So again, thank you very much. Say hi to Shipwreck for me when you get in there. I'll be there as well, but I'm not sure for how long. But yeah, thank you very much. Bye. I am not. You can't see me. Bye.